Good morning. Coffee ready to go. Let's do some Q&A. So here's the deal. I get a lot of people who ask me questions about crypto marketing in many different ways because I have a YouTube channel where I make very in-depth content about marketing. So today I'm starting this new idea. I'm going to take the last question that somebody sent me on Telegram yesterday. I'm going to answer it. And then in the future, if you have a question about crypto marketing, tweet at me and I will reply. Quite simple. Without further ado, Molly sent me a message on Telegram saying, GM, sir, I watched one of your YouTube videos on how to build a crypto community, and you said that community members and followers are two different things entirely. I would like to know if it's possible to convert followers to community members. Absolutely. I will break this down so that it's very clear what the difference is. You are definitely going to have overlap between imagine a Venn diagram, right? You're going to have your followers and then you're going to have community members. I will start off by saying that there is a misconception that all your followers are community members or that your users are your community members. This is not the case, okay? So what a community is, it's a bunch of people that really are aligned around the same sort of core desire in life. They're sort of after the same thing. So if you go and study, like a Harley Davidson community or, the motorcycle community in general, there's going to be a shared core desire between all of those people. And off of that, you can build a community if you want. So the bikers, for example, it's all about freedom. Now, there is a misconception that every crypto project, whether it's an exchange or a DeFi protocol or an NFT project, there is a misconception that every project, number one, automatically has a community, and number two, that every project needs to build a community. But that's not the case, all right? So if you take a crypto exchange, for example, there's no, you can build a community, but then you have to go out of your way and do it right for it to benefit you. But you don't have to have a community because a community is not going to be directly linked to your business in a way. It's going to be, hey, let's get a group of people. Like I always say, a community is not a bunch of strangers in a Discord together. A community is a bunch of strangers in a Discord who want the same thing in life. All right. So that's what that shared core desire is, the thing that allows people to very easily build strong connections. So with that said, you can absolutely be successful as a crypto project without building a community. And if you did want to build a community, the reason you're doing that is because you're going to have this group of people who are on this shared mission in life. And if you're able to make an association between that group of people and what you offer, then you're going to have this group of people where you have sort of a sustainable attention from them so that you are able to monetize that in different ways. Could be through transactions, right? But it could also be through them kind of spreading the word about you and getting more people into that community, et cetera, et cetera. So that's just to clarify the difference, right? So a social media follower is just somebody who's paying attention to your project, but a community is a group of people who are there because they have this shared desire and they are interested in meeting other people and talking to them, right? So you can absolutely be a user of a crypto exchange and not be part of a community that they might have, right? You see that? Now the question is it possible to convert followers to community members? Yes, of course. And I mean, like I said, there's going to be a ton of overlap because if you are, the example that I've given before is Hugo Boss, for example. The Hugo Boss brand is really built around control. And if you go and study their advertising, I've got videos on this you can look up if you want to really get to the bottom of it. But it's about control, being able to sort of control your own life, etc. So you can build a community around that, and then you have somebody who's just following the Hugo Boss Twitter, let's say, because they like their clothing. Now, is it possible that the person who likes their clothing is also on that same kind of shared desire, like, hey, I want to be successful, I want to be powerful? Is it possible that a person who just likes their clothes also is interested in that? That's like their main driver in life? Yeah, it's absolutely possible. And joining a community is very often not some official thing that you do, right? Where it's like, hey, sign up here to be in the community. You might join a Discord or something like that, but even that is like, just because you do that doesn't mean that you are part of a community per se. So I would say it's very unofficial to be part of a community. It's like you're in this group of people, you're actually talking to others, you are coming back because you like the vibe, you want to be part of this thing. And so it is very unofficial in that sense. So to answer the question, like, yes, can you get the person from, hey, I just like their clothing, to, hey, I want to be part of this group of people who wants to be powerful and successful? Yes. And how do you do that? Well, you just got to let them know about it. And so when you have a community, it's very important that you're doing things to facilitate the bond between these people, right? So that is very often going to be easier to do when there's things like live meetups and stuff where people are actually getting to meet each other. So if you're doing those types of things, well, then it's a matter of, exposure. So the person who's just following the Twitter account because they like the clothing, well, they need to know that, hey, there's a meetup coming, and they need to know that you might like what we're going to be doing at this meetup. Then they show up, now they're in it, now they meet somebody, and then now they're hooked, right? They met somebody that they really got along with. Now they go their separate ways. They go back to their normal lives. They're keeping in touch because these people realize, like, hey, we're on the same path in life. We got a lot in common, and so on and so forth. So that is sort of the difference between followers and community, and like users of your product and community, and also how to kind of bridge that gap, right? But I think the punchline that I want to get across here too is that it's not guaranteed that every project needs to have a community. Like, you can absolutely be successful without a community, and if you don't have the knowledge and the know-how and the resources to build a community correctly, I would say it's better to not even try at all and just focus on like getting more users or getting followers, right? Which is just people paying attention to your project. So Mollie, I hope that is helpful. And once again, for others watching, if you got a question about crypto marketing, send a tweet at me and I will get back to you. Cheers. Have a good day.